Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so let's get started. Last time I left off telling you how we finally had baby Remington, our little miracle baby. And we were so happy and joyful. It was a very safe, easy delivery. And we were very grateful and excited, and we're just elated that she was finally here. And we were finally a family, and there was just, oh goodness, I can't even explain it. There was just like a hole in my heart that had been filled, and just seeing her and meeting her for the first time, just cannot put that into words. It just was unbelievable. And so today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my recovery. Alright, so with having the epidural, I did not feel what was going on down there afterwards. They handed me the baby, and I was just in my own little bubble. And my husband could see what was going on, and once they left the room, he told me what happened. And then the doctor came back in and talked to me a little bit about how I did have a second-degree tear inside and out, and it would be a pretty rough recovery. So she said the water bottle will be my best friend, and also the Dermoplast. Is it Dermoplast or Dermoplasty? The numbing spray. And so I will tell you, the water bottle was my best friend for about 3 weeks. It's crazy. I see some people and they have their baby in their jeans the next day. Oh my goodness. I was wearing my maternity clothes after for about the first month, because not because of the weight, but because I was in so much pain. And so I just was wearing my leggings. I didn't want anything tight. It was awful. Awful, awful. And I just know, this might be a little TMI, but I could not go to the bathroom. I didn't go after I had her for about 9 days, and there was so much pain and pressure down there. I finally ended up having to do an enema, and it was horrendous. But after I did that, I feel like my recovery, once I did that and I quit using the numbing spray for some reason, I think that the numbing spray, I might have been putting too much on or using it too close, but I feel like every time it would wear off, I would be in so much more pain than if I just would not use it at all. So I just quit using that, was just using the water bottle. And it got to the point where I was like, you gotta get up, gotta get my butt moving, gotta get around, you know, try and put on a pair of jeans, like make yourself feel good or look good, and then you might feel good. Do you ever do that? You're just having a rough day, so you like overdo it on the makeup or go a little bit more on the hair and dress really pretty, and then in the end you're like, I'm glad I did that, because if you look good, you feel good. And so that's like one of my main theories. Look good, feel good. Alright. And so after, I want to say about 3 weeks, I finally started to feel better. But I feel like I was waddling around for about 3 weeks. And even, I started to feel better after 2 weeks, but it was just something on my right side where they had trouble getting her head out. So that's where they put their hand in and twisted her to turn her. And I don't know if it's nerve damage, but it still is tender on that side. And she told me it could be tender for about up to a year, which is a pretty scary thing. It has gotten a lot better, but I definitely have my days. It's really weird. And so, but I wouldn't change it for the world. I would do it all over again just to have Remy here and be a mom, and just, oh my goodness, I'm gonna cry. As you can tell, like, we went through so much, and I would have done anything for us to have our own little family, whether it was me be pregnant or have our, or you know, our own biological child, or adopt. Like, we would have done anything to have a family, no matter what way, what form. It didn't matter. We just wanted a family. And so to go through 3 weeks of pain to have her, I would do it all over again in a heartbeat. There's no question. And so definitely believe in the, oh, you forget about the delivery, you forget about the recovery, and you'll do it again. Because that is so true for me. So true. And I think it's amazing what a woman's body can do, what we can take, and how we recover. It's just amazing. And I am so proud of myself when I look back at my pregnancy and, you know, how much strength that I carried, knowing everything else we've been through and all the losses that we've had, and just staying positive and waking up every day not knowing what could happen in the pregnancy, and just, you know, keeping my head up, staying busy, working. And I think that is definitely one thing that helped. I worked up until 3 days before my induction, and I was a busy bee. I worked 4 days a week, and I also did stuff at home, and I'd do stuff on the side. And so I was a very busy bee. I feel like that definitely kept me motivated and didn't, you know, it kept me busy, so I wasn't constantly thinking about what could happen. Because I feel like you drive yourself a little crazy if you're constantly thinking about everything that has happened and what could happen. And so, and I know with infertility and going through IVF, there are many things that can happen, and it can be very scary. And so you just gotta think about the positive. And I just had my heart set on being a mom, and I'm so grateful that, you know, my wish was granted. And so, alright, hopefully I am going to introduce you to my husband next week, and I want to talk a little bit with him about how he sees our infertility journey, because I'm sure it's different through his eyes and his perspective on everything. And then we will go from there. Alright, talk to you soon. Bye, guys.